Hello everyone, my name's Jamie. Today I'm here with Diana. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. And this is interview 7 of our member interview series. And people listening might think, why have you got Diana on? She's a staff member. So the reason my reason for my interview today is I want to share Di's story. And Di's story is quite an amazing one because the confident woman I see today in front of me that is helping others with their health and fitness wasn't the person we met February 4, 2019.
Definitely not.
So for those that don't know, Diana was one of our foundation members at our Warners Bay Bootcamp. And Di, recap that first session. You just had a baby, you're walking in there. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous, but you guys made it really easy for me. All the members made it really easy. So those nerves kind of disappeared quite quickly, which was good.
And in regards to, I guess, the actual program and exercise itself, were you sore the next day? Were you sore that week? How did your body respond in that first week?
Yeah, the first week I wasn't overly sore, but I wasn't going too hard either. So I was going quite easy, but there definitely was aches and pains. I mean, it had been years since I'd trained, so it was to be expected.
Awesome. And when you first joined bootcamp, what was your goal?
When I first joined, it was more to lose weight. I'd gained quite a lot of weight over pregnancies. So, my main goal was to lose some weight and try.
And what was your weight loss goal at the time? Did you have a number or a dress size, or how did you gauge that goal?
I had a vision of I wanted to be able to go wear a bikini. So in my head, I had that goal and I wanted to achieve that, just to be able to take baby steps. But, you know, over the next 6 to 12 months, I wanted to be able to get into a swimsuit and be able to go on the beach with my kids.
And how much weight did you end up losing?
From start to now, I think it's a bit over 36.
36 kilos. That is absolutely amazing because you are quite petite in nature. And yes. 36 kilos off your frame is a massive, massive, massive achievement. And are you in that bikini?
I am, finally.
How good is that? And
yeah, it's really good.
When you reached that goal, how did it make you feel knowing just how challenging it was to get there?
Oh, look, it was only the other day that I popped one on and purchased one for the first time in 8 years. And
8 years?
Yeah, 8 years, yeah.
Keep in mind that Diana joined 3 years ago, almost to the date. Just takes time, but you got there.
Yeah, that's it. It was very overwhelming.
Yeah, and I guess along that 3-year journey of losing weight, getting stronger, building muscle, getting fitter, what was the most challenging thing for you?
I think understanding that it was going to take time. You know, you look around you and there's people that just walk out who, you know, haven't had kids, and always you look at them and go, I want to look like them type of thing. But I really learnt that if you just be patient, it will happen. So I think that was probably something that I had to really focus on, and it paid off in the end. So yeah.
It's just that, like, it's the Instagram world of lose 10 kilos in 10 weeks.
Yes.
Or the shake diet, lose 10 kilos in 10 days, right? And it's just those type of expectations that members sometimes bring into our program. We try and, I guess, set the expectation very clear to begin with, that half a kilo to a kilo a week is the perfect amount of weight loss, because it's sustainable long term and it won't ruin your life in the meantime. Because if you want to lose 10 kilos in one month, you can do it. Just don't eat. But then what type of life do you live in that period? And more importantly, when you start to eat again, what's going to happen?
Exactly. I've always been, you know, I've done shakes and things before, and yeah, you lose weight, but it's only for a short period of time. So for me, it was very much, I wanted something that was going to be long-term, and for mums as well, it's not realistic to do something, to diet in a way that's not going to be a long-term goal. Like, I've been able to stay how I am for 3 years now because I've been patient and managed to do it the right way.
Yeah, and what you said then just is the key. Like the goal isn't to lose weight. The goal is to lose weight and keep it off forever. And like
Yes.
maintaining that weight loss is just as impressive as losing the weight. Because if we have that rapid goal of lose 10 kilos in 2 months, we reach that goal, we feel good for 5 minutes, we wear that dress, we go out. The next day, that the food increases, the exercise decreases, and we get in that really nasty habit of putting on weight, losing weight, putting on weight, losing weight. And that's where like eating disorders are born.
Yes.
So with the training side of things, did you find the cardio more difficult coming back off having a baby, or the weight training side of things?
The cardio wasn't too bad. I think because after you obviously have kids, mum's bodies just react in a different way when you are training. So, doing star jumps isn't how one used to do them 10 years ago.
I learned that lesson when I was 18.
Yes, exactly.
I ran a boot camp called J Train Health and Fitness. So my life did exist without Mitch. And I was at Terrigal, the Haven, the Skillion. It's a beautiful area. It's a huge hill. And the first thing we did for the warm-up was I made all these mums do star jumps. And they were just wetting themselves all over Terrigal. And I was just like,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on? I did not learn that in my certificate 3 in fitness.
Yes, no, unfortunately it's not really spoken about, but
No.
it's something I've become passionate about, becoming a trainer and whatnot. So, I think, obviously doing cardio, things like that, you have to kind of learn how to change it and to do things that are suited to your body now and what you can handle as now being a mum.
Yeah. And that's important. Sometimes when we speak to mums, they can't do, for example, a star jump, or they can't jump in general because they're worried about their pelvic floor and they think exercise isn't for me. When there might be 2 or 3 things you can't do, but there is 500 things that you can do. Correct. And I think I can speak for the entirety of our team at Break-Thru. Like that's what we really specialize in. Like I don't care what you look like, what you weigh, male, female, given birth, never given birth, knee injury, back injury, neck injury. We can always get you through that workout.
Yeah, and I think too, I've become to learn, focus on, I can do a star jump, but there's just certain techniques that you need to learn and know that it's going to be okay in order to be able to achieve it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's lots of pelvic floor things you can do. The other thing too with exercise selection in general, as in there is not one exercise important enough that you have to do it. So if you're not confident doing star jumps, you're not confident with your pelvic floor, we can do 5 other things. And I guess sometimes I see women trying to work on how can I improve my star jump, and they spend so much time doing that when just the star jump in itself isn't actually important. So if we put that energy that we're putting into the star jump into the other side of weight training or the other aspects of cardio, I just think you're going to be more beneficial long term, if that makes sense.
Yes, yeah.
Let's not put all of our energy into what we can't do and put all of our energy into what we can do. And let's train what we can in the meantime, and let's improve what we want to, I guess, on the back end.
Exactly. There's things that I still can't do. I can't skip. I can't do V-sits, things like that. But I just choose other options that I know that my body can do. And you still get the same results.
So working with mums, you being a mum of 3, where has that passion come from? Have you seen there's mums in the area that don't know where to go, or do you see a lack of confidence in them starting training? Where did that passion develop?
I think in myself, obviously there was a big part of me that always doubted, I'm going to be fit and healthy and everything like this after having 3 children. But becoming how I am now and doing all the training and whatnot that I've done, now that I look around, and especially social media, you do see a lot of mums out there say, oh no, I'm never going to look like that. I can't do that. It's too hard. I don't know how you've done it, type of thing. But I think it's really important for me as a person to try and help them understand that you can actually do it. I've done it. Yeah. It's doable.
And it took you about 12 months to reach your initial weight loss goal.
Yes.
And the unsexy answer to all those mums is it's going to take time. And I think when they see the Healthy Mummy Challenge, or they see some type of fast track results program, they want it tomorrow, when it's just like, it will take, like, you've just had 3 pregnancies, you were pregnant for 27 months of your life, like, you're just not going to get that body back within a week or even a month, right?
No.
But you can put one foot in front of the other, and then you'll start to see progress, and it just, you start to build momentum once you get started.
Correct. Yeah.
And like,
Even like women's hormones, like they don't settle down for a very long time. So hormones have a lot to do with your diet, how you exercise, things like that as well. But yeah, it's just really important for people to understand that it's not something that can happen overnight. You've really got to have a lot of time and patience.
Yeah. And then before you know it, menopause arrives.
Exactly.
That thought there where like, I'm going to wait till my hormones are better, or I'm going to wait until this time or this event, like, there is no better time to plant a tree than today.
Yes.
We're just delaying the inevitable. And especially even this time of year in particular, I'll start in the new year, then Australia Day. I'll start after Australia Day, and then Valentine's Day, and then it's April, we got Anzac Day and the Easter school holidays. And that perpetual, I guess, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next month, I'll do it when my hormones feel better, I'll do it when this event happens. We just got to get started.
Yes, yeah. And believe that it's okay as well, like over Christmas, over Easter, New Year's, things like that. It's fine to still enjoy yourself, but if you just maintain that exercise and dieting. So, for example, on the weekends, I'll probably indulge a little bit more than I would during the week. But that's just me having a break over the weekend, but I still eat quite well during the week.
Yeah, and there's periods, there's horrible periods to be dieting, i.e. December. So maybe you're not going to lose weight in December, but you can get fitter, you can get stronger, and you can maintain your weight. And that Christmas period, people tend to put on a few kilos. So you can start now and maintain your weight, get fitter, get stronger, build confidence, or you can gain a few kilos, start in January, and we're still starting from a way worse position than you are if you got started right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of people rely on the scales a lot. And it's okay to see that number go up a little bit and down like that. That's going to happen. You're going to have those moments where those scales are just going to go up and down. But for me, I didn't jump on them every second. And I do hear a lot of people say that they rely on it so much. And I think if they stripped it away a little bit and just focused on, you know, dieting and exercising correctly, then they'll see those results.
Yeah, like focus on the process, not the goal.
Yes.
If the goal is to see X number on the scales, you might not see it today, but did you follow the process today to get you to that goal in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? And you're 100% right. The scales, it is just one indication of 10 things we can track. Whether it's your BMI, not great either. Whether it's a skin fold, whether it's just measuring your belly, whether it's a photo, whether it's your clothes, whether it's just, are you sleeping better? Do you have more energy? How do you just literally feel today? Like, there is so many things we can gauge. And I've seen it, and I'm sure you've heard it, where someone's in the gym, they're doing amazing. They've come 12 times the last month. They're averaging 3 sessions a week. They're happy. They jump on the scales. They're sad. Yeah. So like, how much weight are you putting towards that number? Like you almost identify as that number when it's just a measurement.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people, I think, once they have started stripping that weight and then building a bit of muscle, they'll start getting quite concerned that the scales are going up. But it's just really important, as I said, for mums as well, to understand that that's going to happen. Your body is constantly going to be changing. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, for me personally, it's been a better thing to not rely on those scales.
Yeah. There's just a lack of education in general to women's health. As in, like, I feel like it should be common knowledge that you put on about 2 kilos when you have your menstrual cycle. Yes. And like, if people just knew that, and if they were exercising and training for that month, and they just realize, hey, it's that time of the month, the scales might be up 1 or 2 kilos, but I don't care about the scales. I'm just still going to focus on that process. They'd probably feel a lot better about themselves.
Yes, definitely.
And it's easy to follow the process when you feel good. It's when you feel bad, do you still follow that process?
Yeah, and everyone's going to have their bad days. Like, oh my God, I've had so many bad days, but I think for me, it always helps. I've always got little goals. So every month I'll say, okay, this month I want to achieve this. I want to make sure that I'm doing this, or I want to be able to, wear this dress or something like that. So I think just always making sure you have a goal, no matter what it is, whether it's lifting a little bit heavier or anything. It kind of helps that process as well.
Yeah, and I think like people also think once they reach their goal, that's it, it's over.
Yeah.
When there's like, the truth is like, you're never, ever, ever going to be happy.
No one
Always,
is with
yeah,
themselves.
there's always going to be something you can work on. But why I love, I guess, strength training in general, doing weight training and fitness, is there is so many ways you can improve, whether it's getting better at the bike, skier, rower, better runner, more walking, better with weights, and eventually get to the point where you are now, where the scales mean nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I guess a better indication could be like, how's your attendance tracking this month? How much water are you drinking? Are you sleeping good? What's your average daily step count? And if we can have other things to focus on, it can take the pressure off that scales altogether. And I think the other thing too is having some self-awareness. Like, if you have a massive weekend of food and alcohol, you probably shouldn't weigh yourself Monday morning because you're going to feel bad about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe get back on track and weigh yourself Friday morning.
Yeah.
Whenever I get clients to weigh in, the ones that are trying to lose a substantial amount of weight, I always get them to weigh in Friday morning, first thing in the morning. And the reason why I choose Friday is because it's probably the longest period of time they've had like a regular routine in their body, as opposed to like doing it Monday morning after the weekend, when water and salt can drastically affect that number on the scales.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so next year, term 2, I believe, the first 2 weeks, we're going to run a healthy mummy challenge. So you're going to be the face of our healthy mummy challenge. For all those mums out there listening that might have been like you, had 3 kids, hadn't trained for years, what is your number one piece of advice for them?
I think just as much as there's going to be so much doubt in your mind that you can't do it, you really can. I came into it going, my husband was even like, you're not going to do this type of thing, but I stuck to it. And
I've met Dylan, I don't believe that for a second.
He was, and he's, 3 years later, he's like, I really can't believe you've done it. But I think, just have a goal, know that it's okay, and just go in with an open mind. The first week to month is going to be hard. It's going to be really hard, but just keep pushing yourself, find someone who you click with, and just know that it can happen. Just have patience. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have patience. The weight will come off. You will feel amazing, but it's not going to happen overnight.
And it's just so good to have someone like yourself who has walked that path. And you are a living example of what can happen if you do things the right way and you are patient. And I think the most important part of a Healthy Mummy Challenge, day 1, day 2, day 3, when their bodies are sore and those doubts and fears are really going to creep in, that's when you just reach out to us, or we'll definitely reach out to you, and it's going to be okay, right? And I think just having someone hold your hand through that process at the start is so important. When you weigh yourself on Monday and the scales don't say what you want them to say, reach out to one of us and we'll explain why. And it's okay. And I think just that constant reassurance that just stick to the process, 3 sessions a week, you're going to be fine.
Yes, yeah. And I think a lot of people as well, probably going off a bit off track, but there's a lot of people that are kind of envious, not envious, but think that food is evil type of thing, that if they eat, they're going to just gain weight straight away. It's really not. You can live a really healthy, happy eating lifestyle, but it's really important that if you're not moving your body and you're eating all this food, then unfortunately nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, and part of our Healthy Mummy Challenge, I want it to be about changing, I guess, their relationship with exercise and food. As in, like, you can eat really healthy, tasty food that will satisfy your taste buds and live an amazing life, and you won't be restricted on social events. And on the other side, exercise is not a punishment. Like, exercise is what your body can do, not punishing your body for what you just ate. And if we can flip that mindset around that food is not evil, carbs are not bad. If you eat carbs after 6:01 p.m., you're going to live, and exercising should make you feel good, not feel bad. I think there's a long way to just that consistency, and that's what we want in the end.
Exactly. Definitely.
Did you struggle with food? Did you struggle with, I guess, at the start when you started to lose weight? Would you say you have a poor relationship with food, or were you unsure of what to eat? Did you punish yourself with exercise? Like, are you speaking from experience here, or just what you've seen in other members?
Yeah, definitely. Probably a bit of both. So when I first started, I went through periods of, oh my God, I can't eat. I won't be able to eat today because otherwise that's going to make me gain weight. But then very quickly, I just, with research and studying and stuff like that, I just came to realize that just change your diet, still eat really well, but change your diet so that it's more, beneficial to how you are with your lifestyle. For example, I was a breastfeeding mum when I started, so I couldn't just strip away, carbs and this and whatnot. Like, I just had to make sure that I was still fueling my body. And the same when you're exercising. When you're exercising, if you don't have that food, then you're not fueling yourself to be able to perform as well.
Yeah, and then when you perform, you expend more energy in the session. When you perform, you build that lean tissue, that muscle, that tone, and then you will burn more calories at rest. So, like, I couldn't agree more. Like, we should be trying to eat to improve our performance. I think a really good rule of thumb with food is, like, if you eat a food, can you exercise 1 hour later? If you can't, and you're bloated and you're burping and you're gassy, it's probably not a good food for your body.
Yeah, exactly. So for example, I prefer to train in the morning because I do have a funny, stomach. I unfortunately get bloating and things not. It's just something that happens with me. Come the afternoon when I've got a full stomach, it's not ideal for me to train, where for some people it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, it's for me, as I said, I became to, instead of hate what I was eating, I became to love and get excited with creating new meals and things like that to make it more enjoyable and exciting for me and for the family as well.
So the key takeaway for mums is you can do it, you will do it, you can enjoy the process, but it all comes down to consistency and just being extremely patient while doing it. When I speak to mums all the time, they're like, oh, I haven't got my body as a 20-year-old, or I've lost this, I can't do this. I'm just thinking, you've just given birth to a beautiful child. X percentage of women will never give birth to children. They would kill to have a baby. Like, you shouldn't be focusing on those 3 kilos that you've gained, right?
Correct.
Like, it's just it's Instagram. I hate Instagram.
Yes, yeah.
Like, you just,
and a lot of people will come up to me and they'll say, oh, you look great. And yep, I am really happy with my body right now. I'm not going to lie about that, but I've worked hard to get there and I've done it the right way. I've been patient and everything like that. And as I said to you, I think that's my most important message to mums is you can do it and you can achieve it. By all means, I've still got, a little bit of, flabby areas and stuff like that, but that's from my kids. I've birthed 3 children. I'm never going to have a 6-pack. I'm fine with that. But the importance is you can have a healthy, happy lifestyle, and it's not just for yourself, but it's for your family as well.
Yeah, and it's certainly not just about aesthetics. It's about every aspect of your health. Having more energy, moving better, improving the quality of your life for the next 10, 20, 30 years. So when your kids have grandchildren, you can still hop down on the floor and play for them.
Exactly.
The diet, 36 kilos in 3 years. You're an amazing woman. Really proud of you. Everyone should hear this story. Thank you so much for coming on today.
No, thank you.
Awesome. Have a lovely day. Thanks, Di.